2022 Red Dragon Range Collection launch. I am joined by two of the game's biggest names, Jonny Clayton, Gezzy Price, and arguably darts best designer in the world, Lee Huxtable. We're going to talk you through the entire range we've got for 2022. It includes player special ranges and some other ranges that Lee's done some really intricate work on. What we're trying to do is bring some insight what top players think about range darts, about other players' darts. So hopefully we'll get through the whole range and yeah, we'll see what happens. So Lee, first up, world number one, world champion. We've got some new darts for Gezzy, a challenger and a contour. So tell us a little bit about how the contour came around.
Well, the contour dart probably came about 6 months ago, Gez, when you came into the workshop. You were sort of looking for a consistent position when you held the dart. I think you were talking to one of the
something
guys.
with just like a bit of a groove in it, so where my thumb would sit.
I think you've been talking to Merv King about
I had a
scallop in his dart.
Moving King's darts. I don't know if they're but no, it's like little grooves in there, and I wanted something for my thumb to sit in, and we came up with this one.
And in practice, when we saw you throw them, you were filling the 180s up with them, weren't you?
Yeah, they go well. I just had another throw now, and they're different flights, different stems, but yeah, they're a good dart, really good dart. I just need to find the confidence to play with them.
And so for somebody who holds the dart towards the front, wants that permanent position where the thumb is, this is kind of, and a mill grip on there, Lee?
Yeah, so a mill grip adds a little bit more purchase to the thumb. The position of the scallop was quite important. If you remember, we went up. We were going back in 1 mil increments, sort of moving further towards the back of the dart and different length scallop. So when we got this, you threw them pretty well in the workshop. And
it's a very smart one. And holding the dart at the front, do you find that help? Would that mean it would sit up more in the board, or would it be lower for you?
Personally, I think they'd land higher because I like my darts to land flat. I think it's because I'm short. That doesn't help. But no, it's I hold my dart further back the barrel, to be honest. But with that, in my case, I think they would land too high.
Yeah,
but everybody's different.
That's what I want is, so I hold them towards the front and they sit up, and I aim probably above the treble, where Jonny prefers below the treble.
Okay, so that's just the feeling, the placement out the hand.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. And then the Challenger is a variation on Gezzy's original dart. And we've removed the Mill Ice logo at the back, if you like, with those. What's the balance of this new dart like compared to Gezzy's dart now?
Well, the balance is very similar. Actually, this would have been the first dart that you used with us probably
before that
years ago.
Go in there.
So we basically went back to the very start of when Gezzy came with us, and yeah, there's a little bit less machining at the back end, so slightly more forward central balance, but very, very similar, and that's something that Gezzy obviously started his career out with.
So what was the story of how you actually found that dart before it was actually made for you then? Was that just, you picked them up?
Yeah, well, I used to play with something like this shape, so like a bomber shape, and I always used to miss loads of doubles. And then I was in a tournament, found a razor edge, I think the old Red
Dragon dart, yeah.
Peter Wright dart, but he'd used everything, so every dart is his. But yeah, I used that then for about 3-4 years and found more consistency, and then obviously when I come to yourselves, just altered a few little things, and they were perfect.
And we're moving on to Cash Point Clayton, the year of the ferret. And we've gone gold, Jonny. We haven't changed anything about the design, Lee, have we? Other than it's gold.
It looks a bit sexy, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I quite like
absolutely.
them. Pity I didn't use these when I beat Gezzy in the Grand Prix. No, I really do. I like the design. You know, my darts are a bit thinner. I don't like thicker darts, to be honest. So I've never changed. Well, sorry, once I've changed, I found a set of Eric Bristow darts, but they were like the pencil darts, kind of long and thin, and I've stuck with them. So, you know,
the original design you did with Lee for these was it 6 years ago now?
Yeah, it must be about 6, yeah.
And you literally stuck by it. I think you're probably our most low maintenance player.
I think it took you a good 12 months to switch mine.
Yeah,
or you know, fair amount of time.
It was just grip, and we changed the grip a bit, but no, I kind of stuck with it. I like the tapered end.
Well, you have when you look at tournament statistics, you do have one of the least bounce out rates because of the tapered nose and kite flights.
A good eye, you call that, Simon. It's a
Yeah.
damn good eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got one wonky eye, but the other one's right. But no, it's. I think, like you say, it's. I think that the tapered end actually do sit nice when they group together. So and the longer points, I like longer points. So
What length would you go with in your set?
41 mil.
You're 40. Gezzy, what are you? What's your?
38 mil, I think.
So you're
and then
slightly
35
short, yeah.
out, I think it is.
So we've got a gold dart. Could we see you switching to this in time, Jonny, or will you stick with that original?
No, to be honest, I could switch to that. Me personally, I've got a few black darts on the market, but I find that I can feel the paint, so I prefer where, you know, that I can't feel the paint. So, you know, I could swap to that, no problem. So maybe, yeah, these will be my next protocol, I think.
The next one to fill up the cash points.
Well, to beat Gezzy in the Grand Prix next, yeah.
That'd be brilliant. Okay, so we've got other players' darts we want a quick review of with you, Lee. So Snakebite's got more darts than Imelda Marcos has shoes, and we've got two new darts we'll have a quick look at. We've got a Racer and a Medusa. Lee, do you want to give us a bit of background with those?
So the Medusa's dart is very similar to a dart he used in the Premier League in 2015. Sort of rear weighted, tapered towards the front. Similar grip level to the Bronzers where he first got to the World Final on the back end. So, you know, it's pretty consistent weight, but obviously a completely different profile. The Racers, pretty unique shape yet again.
Gezzy called it a Whitlock, I think, didn't you, Gez?
Yeah, he seems to design his darts off Whitlock. These ones here are similar with the groove, you know, halfway up or just towards the back end.
But a very modern nose on that thin taper coming down.
I mean, you look at Whitlock, he made such a change, you know, when he went from his original shorter front-loaded dart, when he switched to a completely different profile dart, he was pretty unique and probably the first profile to be used at that level. So something that Peter experimented with probably last summer, and yeah, they're still there waiting to be, you know, could well see him at the Worlds.
And we got so when Peter's coming up with another idea for a set, do you get excited by that, or are you thinking this is just another trial? How do you know when he really backs a set?
Kind of got a little bit of an instinct whether he actually, you know, means to use something and it's actually going to be used. I think timing is important with Peter. I think if he receives a new set of darts too early, he might tend to go off them by the time he comes to tournament time. So timing is quite important. Yeah, and we sometimes we don't know ourselves, do we, which dart he's going to use.
But two great looking darts there and really modern edge looking for the taper. Yeah. With Luke Humphreys, Luke's been with us a while. He ironically did use the very old Whitlock shaped dart, didn't he? There without the scallop. Yeah. So he wanted a modern version on that, didn't he? So do you want to give us a few words on what you've done with Luke?
Obviously, there's been a fair bit of work with Luke because he's quite attached to his darts. We do see that, and Jonny had it for some time. If you're used to using a set of darts, find it difficult to actually use them on the big stage. So we had that challenge with Luke, you know, ongoing for the last few years, to be honest. So then we spent a bit of time together. Kept a similar kind of profile, but he did see an advantage with some added grip at the back end, and he liked the colour scheme and a kind of softer shot blast finish in the middle of the dart.
Jonny, if you just grab it out, what do you think on this? Because this the atomised coating, so it's a little bit softer.
Yeah, I love the look of it. It's a really nice looking dart.
Gez, what do you think of?
Yeah, like Jonny said, if you're used to a set of darts, but I could use it in practice.
Yeah, because you like to tinker, but then you always go back.
I could go there and play with any dart really, but as soon as you start overthinking when you're on stage, or like Jonny said, I would have hit that double, I would have hit that checkout. It's just mind over matter then, but yeah, it's a lovely dart. I could probably use that. And
Luke's growing steadily in form and confidence, isn't he? When you guys see him week in, week out, he's
a fantastic player. You know,
he's fluent, isn't he? It's like effortless. But I think he's like some of the other players who flow well, like Michael Smith, Joe Cullen. If their first start goes, like they're just going to follow. But I think they tend to struggle if their first start don't go. So they're a confidence player and they're a first start player, I think.
Well, let's hope that set brings him a bit of confidence. And another one, we've got Josh Payne, and this was this was a long time developing with Josh, this dart, Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think there were about 12 iterations, weren't there?
There was. So, yeah, Josh obviously travelled down to the workshop a couple of months ago to start working on the darts. I don't think he'd ever experienced the process before, so kind of maybe a little bit
Kid in a sweet
overwhelmed,
shop,
so many
yeah.
options.
Yeah.
I want to try this, try that, so it was a sort of a long day, and then back to square one. So then it did carry on then, so a bit, we carried on working remotely, sending drawings back and forth, and
Because
once
Josh
he'd nailed the profile-
he's had a few personal things, and he's had a tough time with Euro money and stuff, and he's kind of, I think in the conversation we had when he joined, he's looking to reinvent himself in his career, and he's hardworking, and one of those things was to find a new set of darts.
Yeah, and like I say, about reinventing himself, quite particular about the colour scheme. It is quite an aggressive grip, certainly on the front end. You really wanted a wide groove there for plenty of finger purchase.
Gezzy, Jonny, do you find how strong is the grip on that dart?
That surprises me a little, because I thought that would be much more grip than what it is.
Yeah.
It looks as if it's, like going to take your skin off your finger. But yeah, it's I quite like that. I quite like. It seems a bit softer when you actually hold the dart rather than when you look at it.
Similar shape to like the thickness and the way it tapers towards the front. Similar to my dart, just obviously different grip, but yeah, the grip doesn't feel too
It's
aggressive.
a beautiful looking dart,
Yes,
isn't
it
It's,
So you can feel a bit on the front
Yes,
end
you
there,
can.
sort of
Yeah.
that wide groove was quite important.
well, we hope Josh picks up well, because he's obviously a talented kid, so we'll keep an eye on him. And a favourite personal favourite, I think, of all of us, we're all Welsh boys, the Prince. He's back with a new set, Lee.
Yeah, so probably one of the first guys that we started working with, Richie. Always a great time to catch up with him and hear all the stories and have a bit of a crack, like.
But he's back playing well, isn't he? Online
Yeah.
league, he's going to go to Q school.
I think
you
he
know?
won a local tournament, beat Barry in the final.
Oh, did
weekend.
he?
I think in Bargate, I'm sure he beat Barry in the final.
And did they have an exclusion zone for his third dart, did they? For Buckaroo.
So he still believes this is the original parallel dart, not Eric Bristow. It was Richie who was the original.
Oh, it was him before Eric.
So yeah, we've given him a little tweak. He always used to have a single white ring in his darts, which were for some reason offset. But we've changed that to a gold-plated ring to sort of commemorate his world championship and his status in the game. Like.
Yeah, and he is a legend, isn't he? I mean, and Jonny, I'm guessing, very simple, straightforward dart. You could throw that, I guess.
Yeah, I could throw that. Like I say, it's nice, simple dart, like you say. The only thing different with mine, basically, is the tapered edge, obviously. But this was similar to the dart when I started playing, and I think I could go back to that, no problems. Maybe.
It is amazing how many, because you mentioned it as well, how many people do start with that sort of shape and then just subtly move away from it. It is incredible, isn't it? So, well, we hope Richie gets right back up there and gets his cue card.
Yeah.
The darts is a better place with Richie in it, certainly.
Yeah,
so,
I kind of miss the travelling with Richie when we used to pick him up. Oh my God, there's some stories.
Was he awake or?
Unbelievable. You'd laugh from the minute you pick him up to the minute you drop him off, like,
The Rick Ross Mountain.
Rick Ross Mountain. When he forgets his suitcase outside somebody's house, when he's jumping in the car to drive home, and little things. He was so funny, brilliant dart player. Good guy. Hope he's back on tour.
Yeah, well, we'll give him a push for that, and you'll appreciate that as well. So we've covered all the player darts. We move into range darts, and you could be forgiven for asking the question, why do we do range darts? Well, it gives us a chance to do some deeper work into what the next generation of players could be using. So, there's kids out there who are 12 who are going to pick up a set of darts, probably very different to yours. And Lee, we've come out with the first, we've got the Sky Pro Type R. Now that's more of a torpedo aggressive style grip.
Yeah, I think you have to accommodate for all the different profiles, weights, lengths of darts. This is a classic profile, really. It's a slightly shorter nose than sort of your Andy Fordham shaped dart. That is an aggressive grip, so the pitch of the dart and the angle of the grooving makes it, pretty aggressive. So, those who sort of hold the dart in the middle, and a lot of go forward grip, that's what that's aimed at.
Gezzy, is that something you could throw, that type of shape? Because you've been more parallel, haven't you?
I could probably throw. I don't think I could use it in a match or anything like that. But for youngsters or younger kids, something a bit bulkier and bit heavier for younger kids. Probably,
Bit more momentum.
Yeah, would work.
Easier to throw, yeah. And we move on then, Lee. We've got the
Fusions.
Fusion Plus, is it? I
Yeah.
can't see it there, yeah.
So
this was a take on the original Fusion, but with the mill.
yeah. So it's pretty gone for some pretty stylish milling there, some cross cuts, you know, a pretty modern green look and feel to it.
And that coating, you take care of all that. We take care of all that.
Everything's done in house. All the coatings is actually PVD coating. It's physical vapor deposition. It's the type of coating you'll see on cutting tools. If you see gold drill bits, it's really hard.
And medical applications as well.
Yeah. It's pretty high tech method of coating.
I genuinely like that. You might have to
Have a little
play about, Lee, to be honest. I really like, you know,
there's
you've got the
actually
tapered.
quite a lot of similarity on the nose there.
Exactly.
With all that, yeah.
And, you know, like as he said earlier on, he was looking for something to, you know, put his thumb, which is going to be in the same position all the time. And I feel with that, I don't know if you think the same, guys. It's as if when you put your thumb there now to hold that dart.
Every time. And we move on then. We've got, which I think is the dart of the year for me, the Marlin. What if there's
It's a
ever
sexy dart, isn't it?
what a dart. I mean, look at this, Jonny. I mean, if there was ever a 25th century dart, I think that would be it, wouldn't
Fantastic.
That's like similar shaped to yours, John, isn't it? But just
Yes.
with the tapered bit at the back, like.
Yeah, I
it?
think
Lee, what was the how did you come up with that?
Again, a pretty unique profile to start off with. You're always looking for new profiles that are not particularly on the market. Yeah, so we've added a bit of a few milled cuts then, which intersected with an angled groove to sort of not only look at add appearance, but a bit more localized grip in the middle of the milled area. You've got your auto coating then with a bit of a stylish look, and obviously matches up with the flights and
But for me, the thing that when you were developing different versions of it at the start is that the first thing is that sort of almost every single time that feels like a fulcrum. It's in exactly the same release spot every time. It just feels. I'd like to throw a bit more, but is that how that feels to you in that exact spot every time?
For me, is like Johnny holds it further back, so it's probably right for him. But for me, my thumb is towards the front, so I
you would
wouldn't
be in
feel
front of that.
Maybe if that was towards the front, then it'd be better for me. But yeah, it's a bit far back for me, but it's a nice start.
Stunning looking dart.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
If that was on a catwalk, I think they'd win. I think.
Yeah, I think it
Definitely. Yeah, fantastic dart. I like the feel of it. Again, it's like tapered edge in the front. Sorry, so it's very similar to my kind of dart, but just with that.
And a lot of this front taper coming in is in the research we're looking at. You know, when you've got a proper dartboard, something like Blade 6, the bounce out rate is so low that it's the dart on dart deflection, and you've moved forward now with the extreme razor edge, Lee, another sort of that looks more of a really high end dart, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, obviously the razor edge grip has been around for probably a couple of decades now, I would imagine. This is just a bit of an add-on, really. You know, experimenting that range into these different profiles. I mean, it may look similar because of the tapered nose, but when you're sort of looking at these small differences, like to me, it's quite a big difference because you're looking at
that's nearer the back. The scallop is nearer the back now, isn't it?
The centre of balance is probably about 5 mil further forward on this. All of those things are looked at, you know, to try and sort of offer a wide variety of darts. Yeah. There's different pitch grooving on there. There's a scallop at the front. There's sometimes
and the coating. Guys, do you feel the coating's quite soft on that one?
Yeah, because the grip is quite aggressive, so you can't the coating would be fine, like, but it's an aggressive grip. But I could use those.
But there's little scallops in there to use as sort of reference points, whether that's a thumb or finger. So there's slight changes along the barrel to use. Yeah,
we're going to have a look how they throw later, because obviously how something looks and throws can be very different. It's Nirvana. I mean, that's a beautiful looking dart as well, Lee, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, this is obviously your classic parallel profile. Obviously, we've gone for quite a classy look, sort of almost jewellery like. So there's 24 karat gold coating in little milled pockets along
So
the length
the
of
mills,
the barrel.
the mills are the vertical cut down the barrel, not the horizontal.
Yeah. So
How does the mill grip compare to that horizontal grip?
well, it gives a different angle of purchase really on the skin, on the fingers. So you've got different edges which you wouldn't have just with your radial grooves.
So is it to provide a more subtle grip or a lot more aggressive grip?
It's a pointed difference. It's a different grip. So I wouldn't say more subtle because you can make it aggressive as you want to.
So on that, you're looking sort of mid-range grip level with that, yeah?
Mid-range grip level, but obviously there's a lot of design work gone into that for the overall look and quality feel of it.
And compared to yours, Johnny, is that sort of right grip level for you?
Yeah, probably as in grip level, but like I say, I can feel now there's a coating on that.
Yeah, so you
which
get
is
that
weird,
feel,
so I
yeah.
can feel that straight away. But as in grip level, it's really, it'd be down my line. So yeah, it's a lovely looking dart as well, you know.
And that's making such a difference that, you know, we see in the marketplace now. Everyone wants a really high performance dart, but they want it to look great as well, don't they? So I think the Nirvana, you've got a superb job with that. And I think that wraps us up on all our darts. We've reviewed those, I think, in quite a record time, haven't we, there? So what we'll do, we'll move on to the board and we'll put them to the test and see how they throw.
You better keep to them, guys.
Ah, they go nice.
You're straight there. Try and hold them down like you hold.
Are you using the same ones?
Yeah. Can't do it.
It's all in the arm.
It's on the arm. It's on the arm.
No, it's nice though, because like my thumb sits right in that groove.
Yeah, as you throw these darts way too low for me, pal.
Maybe you should swap. It's a different style flight.
So Johnny, that's what you were saying when we looked at them on the table for you, is the hand position's all wrong for you on those?
Yeah, I find...
Same dart, just different
I just
flight.
find it's as if I'm holding them totally awkward to my usual throw, obviously, which I hold further back. But, you know, like Gez always says, everybody's so different and there's no right or wrong.
And freestyle flights, Gez, how do they feel through the air?
Yeah, the thing is that the points are a little bit shiny for me, but they go through the air pretty quick and straight into the trebles.
As you see.
There must have been a breeze come through there, should it be?
So these are the Premier League winning ones, Johnny, then?
I see you be taking my grip now before long.
Ah, they go through the air nice.
I don't like these.
For me, it's a nice dart, but
How do they? What's the difference with yours, Gez?
these are more tapered from further back at the front of the dart. But I know if I put the other black points in, that I could use these.
So the point does make a big difference.
Yeah, because my finger's sitting on this silver point. If it was a black point, it'd be better.
And the freestyle flight, Johnny?
Yeah, like I say, basically exactly the same as my kite, so I don't see difference in thing, but they definitely fly faster through the air.
So they do feel slightly different to a kite then?
Oh yes, I know that when you're throwing, that this dart is going much faster.
So is that is your dart just with a different flight?
Yeah,
just a
so
different
But
flight.
I see,
yeah.
like, obviously when you were throwing them, they sit up more on the back end, the more your dart does, because obviously I stand behind you when you throw
Yeah. I've warmed these up, see, so
Yeah.
try Richie's then.
They seem to go really softly, John.
Yeah, the feel of the dart obviously is lovely. It's just, I'm so used to a tapered edge on the front of my darts. It's really difficult to throw any of the dart.
And does that feel too bulky at the front?
It just, because I hold my middle finger on the taper and top of the point, I can't do it with this and it just feels so awkward. So I try and pull my middle finger back, obviously.
So you're having to make a lot of adjustment there?
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting.
You know, they went all right there, but that's probably 1 in 10 throws probably, so.
Well, let's see what you like with the challenges then. Can you be the Fresh Prince?
Oh, I could throw, like throwing a brick.
Why?
I find this weird.
Well,
Yeah, they seem
They're
all right.
bad bricks.
Nothing
not
wrong with
bad
these bricks, no. No, I do like, I like the dart, which is,
See, the dart is perfect for me, this dart. But once again, I just need a black point. The point just slides off my fingers.
But they feel a
But
really
the
nice
dart,
shape for you.
the dart is perfect. So what are these ones?
They're the Medusa for snake bite.
Medusa.
So they're a version he was tinkering around with a few years ago. He's never taken them into battle yet, but he loves them.
I love them.
Whitey.
I saw well with these earlier, actually.
these are more like my shape because of the point down the front. So I find these pretty easy to throw with.
So they feel more natural in your hand with that taper.
They do.
These actually really, didn't think I could throw with these, but they're a lovely dart.
That's incredible that your eyes make a decision and your throw is different.
Just because of the shape on the front, and they're the same front as Johnny's tapered.
Totally different in my throw.
Ah, come on, guys.
Those are beauties.
Let's see if you can go up with Josh Payne then. Who threw the Luke Humphreys one? It was you because you
Me.
said, and they surprised you, didn't they?
These nice started, probably a bit bulky for me, like.
What do they feel like, John?
Yeah, they feel nice. They're nicely balanced, I gotta be honest. I do like that.
And Gaz, how do they feel?
A little bit bulky, and same again, just, I think for me, the main thing is points. I think that's what I'm finding out, that I could throw pretty much any dart, just where I find my finger on a nice point.
So the point is making a big difference for you. And for you, John, it's that taper on the front.
Yeah.
So we'll move into have a look at what you like with the Nirvana Darts. So this is
This is something that
coated and milled range.
this is like a perfect setup for me, and I'll probably hit nothing.
So what does it feel? What feels perfect about it?
It's the shape of the dart, it's the length of the dart, it's the thickness, the black point, the shape of the flights.
So it just feels right straight
so
away.
it's just similar to what I use, and it's less thoughts in your head then.
And there's a 180.
Yeah, they
from
go all right,
Johnny
John,
as
don't
well.
they?
They go
There's nothing
good.
wrong with them, is
Nothing
there?
wrong with these.
It's Nirvana. Must be in the name.
It must be.
We should have got the music pumping. So these are the Marlin ones. Let's have a look.
I just find these a bit heavy for myself. But the way I hold the dart, further back down the barrel, perfect for...
So that thumb gets in the same position every
Yes.
time? Yeah?
They feel lovely. Feel really good. Just probably because of the points as well, but lovely dart. Bit heavy for me.
Yeah, and myself.
Yeah, they're probably 24s, I guess.
Yeah, so maybe take a gram off, but they're really nice.
I think they come in 22 and 23 as well. Yeah, again, and that's the other thing. We haven't exactly stipulated every weight being, because they're obviously, the most range for us is 21 to 26. I think you said you like the shape of those. No, Johnny, you said.
Yeah.
Like this, where you got the groove at the back, it fits my index finger perfect. Where I thought that it would be better for my thumb, but feels comfortable.
The rhythm you've got with those is good, John.
Yeah, listen, throwing them, it's quite a nice dart, I didn't think that I would like that shape of dart.
Suits your top as well.
Yeah, it goes in my top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
like
do
these.
go into the board nicely. Nice, you've got a nice rhythm in them. That's it. You've done all your practice for the Worlds in one go, John.
Yeah.
Oh, they went beautifully in. And then you've got the extreme here, John. Standard flight and a freestyle flight on these as well.
It's a lovely dart, I have to be honest. It's really nice. yeah, there's no problem changing to them.
It's amazing how quickly you said that.
Yeah, it's, you know, you just hold a dart and it feels comfortable straight away. So you know, they're all kind of grouped somewhere in the same place, kind of thing.
And Gez, how do they feel to you?
A bit sharp for me and a bit too much taper, but they feel alright.
Yeah.
They feel nice.
Yeah, but it's interesting about the taper. Kind of like, I think tapers are either Marmite, you either love them or you hate them kind of thing. Yeah, but once you get used to it, it seems you've got to stick with it. Yeah. So that brings the launch to an end. I can't thank these guys enough, Gezzy, Jonny, Lee. The insight you've brought us today, I hope it helps people find a set of darts that helps them progress with their game. And, you know, good luck for the rest of the season, guys. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
much.